Hi guys, my name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and today we're doing the small creator tag, because I am a small creator. I'm also going to do this as a get ready with me using a new palette because that's what I've got going. I only have so much time to do my makeup, and I remember enjoying these tag videos most as get ready with me's, and I have a new palette. This is from Noctex. It's the Future Grunge palette. I haven't touched it, but it is cold and dreary, and yesterday I just did not feel like being grungy. I felt like being green, so yesterday was green, and today feels appropriate for being grunge. So we're gonna be some grunge, and yes, that's what my hair does. Up. So yeah, this is a tag created by Smokey Glow. I've been enjoying her. I've been really enjoying her lately, and I think that's good. I think that's fun for me. I have so much stuff just on the area in front of me because I haven't done a full face over here in a long time, and it's a lot of stuff. But let's just get into it. Let's see what I can and can't move around to make space. That's not fun for you guys. But, so, she made this. I'm really excited to do it because, again, I am a small creator, and I remember loving tag videos, and I know I've said this in other tag videos, but a lot of tag videos were before my making videos time, and so anytime they come up or they like kind of bounce back up, I'm excited to do them again. So I just have a little bit of primer for my all overness. It's sunscreen, by the way, because even when it's overcast, when you're as pale as me, you need sunscreen. And I'm trying not to get back into that habit of getting most of the way through a product, setting it aside to be like, oh, well, let me start this other product to make sure I like it, and then having two products going and one that I can just kill. I've got maybe one more use in this, and it can just go. So, question number one. I should probably angle this so I can read it. How many years have I been on YouTube? That is a complicated question. This type of a channel, on this, I've been here for almost 3. I'll be 3 years in January. I think that's right. That sounds right. I'm just gonna put some foundation on my face. Cause I had a makeup channel. No, I didn't have a makeup channel. Way back in, like, I was a dorky high school student. I had a different channel. That's why, my, whatchamacallit, the name, what is it, the channel website name, because my name on here is Ellie Gremlin, but I believe it's still set that you can put in youtube.com/snakesonaplanrocks, and that will come up to my channel. At least I hope it still does, because that was originally my name. Snakes on a Plane had just come out, which it was hilarious, by the way. That was fantastic if you never actually sat down and watched that. But that was back when I used YouTube for very different purposes than it is now. I used it a lot for music videos. Both music videos of the actual band, and there was a big trend of people making, like, cutting up scenes of different shows and animes and stuff like that, and setting them to certain songs, and I loved that. That was my jam. I was so excited about that, and so I made a channel, because, you know, you make a channel to watch YouTube if you want to save anything, and I decided to get on my MacBook and make some of these honestly quite emo TV show, music, video type things with the different anime things. I made 2, I think, that I actually liked and completed and put up on my channel. I have since privated them just because they don't match my current content, and, you know, they're copyright infringement, because I took both the show footage is copyrighted and the songs are copyrighted, but it was a lot of fun, and that was a good way to nowadays it would be really cool to see different ways people put up their interpretations of the different characters, because it was really interesting to see people take what was potentially a small part of a character's character arc in a show and just make a whole in-depth thing about it and make a whole video pulling up the different references, pulling up all the other stuff, and like, it was cool. I think it was pretty cool. Not sustainable as like a channel thing if you want to make any money, but cool. And then, so that was back in high school, so 10, 12 years ago probably. We're assuming that I was in high school before I started that. I might not have been. Might have been junior high. I'm just setting some powder under my eyes because I have an itty bitty pocket little thing of powder, and this is a good way to use it up. I might have to get more of this powder in a larger box because this is just sample size, but I like it. It disappears quite well into my skin. My pale, pale skin. We're now going to try a different thing, because I've been enjoying setting my foundation with powder on my sponge, but I haven't done it with this powder, at least not in a long time. This is RCMA No Color powder that I've put into a Laura Mercier jar, so I have better access to it. Anyway, more recently I got on YouTube the last 3 years to do makeup content after I got into that, because in high school I wasn't into makeup. So yeah, for counting what I am now, 3 years-ish. I've been making these types of videos for going on 3 years. That was really long for one question. Question 2, what was my first video? My first video was a panning video. I think it was a panning video. I'm not really sure it was a panning video. But yeah, it was just me picking up some products that I wanted to use up and talking about them, because I knew that was something I could do. Back then, I don't think I had, at the time I chose that I would like wanted to sit down and make a video, I hadn't fully decided what I wanted to do, but I already kind of been panning and I want to try it, so I was like, hey, I'll make a video. It'll be great. It'll force me to like focus in on actually using these products and be accountable. Cool. And that was before I went a little off the rails being like, but I'm a YouTuber. I should pick up this item for a review. Which, I feel like everybody goes through that spot where they're like, well, I'm going to buy it so I can use it for YouTube. Oh, I look so pale. It's going to be better later. But yeah, you don't need to buy items for YouTube. Buy items that you like, and then if you want to make a YouTube video about them, it'll be better. But don't buy it just because, oh, well, I can get it out and get a review on YouTube. It's not a good use of your time. So, face is foundationed and set. We are 2 into 14 questions. Question 3. What is your dream collab? Oh, I don't know about that one. That's a good question. I probably... Oh, what's her name? It would help if I knew her name. There's a couple that have been going around lately. Abby Williamson, I think we would have fun together. Being nerdy, and she could maybe teach me some more about her music, because I can always do with some more music. There's a lovely lady, and I can't remember her name. I am like this sometimes. I just blank on names. It's really frustrating for me. What is her name? Let me chat her up. She's originally from St. Louis. She's currently in New York. She does those fantastic palette redesigns. She like either she was the first one to really make them, or she was the one to popularize them, and I will link her channel up above, because apparently I can't remember her name to save my life. But I would really like to sit down with her, since we're both from St. Louis, and she's got kind of a fantastic no-nonsense personality of, it's just makeup, get over it, and I feel like she could also help me. She's a lot more in-depth on other things that I just might not have the same familiarity with. So I feel like having her, I don't know. I don't know what we'd do. Probably just look at makeup and her tell me that a bunch of things I have are problematic. And that would be good because I feel like she's got a better history in the makeup community and just with makeup in general. I got into makeup so much later than everybody else. It seems to me that there's all sorts of things that I'm completely oblivious to that everybody else is like, well, of course this is a thing. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. Nobody told me. And then you end up having to get rid of something that you really liked because you didn't know that the brand that made it were horrible people. So yeah, I would like that. I would like to, I don't know, if she can teach me to depot stuff. I think she's done some depotting. We could like rip my makeup apart and make some of the redesigns. Or like make a redesign and then try and shop your stash for it. I think that'd be really fun. She's fantastic. She curses a lot. She drinks in her videos. She's like amazing. Makeup Struggles. Makeup Struggles. Her name is Makeup Struggles. I am an adult who can remember. Like, I'm just picturing her and like having this great little thing in my head where I know exactly what I'm talking about and I just didn't have a name. Well, she's fantastic. I love her. And she does some really great videos and content about the different things that are wrong with the makeup community, how she's working on herself, different ways we can be better. Like, I like that because I'm a mess and there's all sorts of things I don't know about. Please help me is kind of my life motto. Nope. My brain gave me the one name and it took away all my use of my vocal cords. So help me figure out the makeup community and all the problems. That is fantastic. So yeah, I would love to do something with Makeup Struggles. I've got family up in New York as well, so like it'd be really cool to be up there and be able to hop into the city and see her. Or if she wanted to come back to St. Louis, that'd be cool too. I'll try and put her up. We've got places. My family would love to just feed people. They love to feed people. I can bring in random strangers and they'll be like, oh, are they hungry? Because mom's always cooking something. Anyway, I think she's got a lot of fantastic knowledge and tips and tricks for how to shop your stash and be more effective in creating a shop with your dollar type dynamic with your makeup collection and makeup companies. And I feel like she could really help me. And I love her. She's fantastic. And then we could finally do a video with me drinking. Because I never remember to do that or like time it right. So I would love to do a collab with Makeup Struggles. I hope that's what they meant. I hope that was like video collab, not like collab with a brand, because that's not where my brain went. What would it mean for me to make it? I don't know. Also, I have to pick some colors. I'm gonna go with Cryo Sleep first in my crease while we think. Ooh. That's like very little fallout. A lot of product on the brush. Ooh. I think making it for me will change a lot as I keep making videos, because my original goal for YouTube is very different than my current goals. And I think that might change as I do more things. I don't know if it's ever going to be one solid thing that I can check off. I am a big believer in do a thing and go on to the next project. Hit goals along the way, and I feel like even if you get close to what might be an ultimate goal at some point, your goals have changed since then. The sooner you get to what was at one time your ultimate goal, you have a different goal. Because originally my goal on here was to get popular enough to get PR because I wanted free makeup. Yup. Which is... oh, it's here. One of these is why'd you start your... yeah. Number 11 is why did you start makeup channel? I started my makeup channel because my friend saw how much makeup I was buying already, and she's like, you should just go on YouTube, make some videos, and start getting the PR so you can get all the stuff that you're already buying for free. And I was like, sure, cool, we'll do that. So that's why I started. But so the original goal to have made it was to get PR. But now that I have gotten more into panning and to shop your stash and trying to do that, I don't know if I'd be happy getting a lot of PR. It would still be fantastic to get PR and have somebody recognize your contribution that way and be like, oh, somebody knows I'm real. Because whenever a brand or somebody comments on my videos that I know, I get that whole little, like, starstruck thing of like, oh my god, they found me. They know I'm a person. But right now, I have a weird goal. I would like to get to a point and, like, really build up the community of, I'm going to take the same color under my eyes. I really want to build up the panning community into more mainstream. I would love using up your products to be more popular, more mainstream. Common's the word. I would love for it to be more common and just a thing that people, like, limit the spending a little bit, make the products you buy be really purposeful items. And I think stuff like that will potentially, hopefully, make it to a point where the products they'll be putting out by the makeup companies are a lot more thought through, that they're really, really good products. They're products that they've, like I'm sure they're putting plenty of thought into products now, for their opinion. My shadow's just really nice and blendy. I really like it. And it doesn't have a lot of kick up in the pan, so it just seems to be going on a brush. So yeah, I would love to get to a point where companies are really, really digging in and really, really making sure that the products they put out are top-notch, fantastic. If we get to a point where people are only buying so many products, then the companies, in order to make you buy that product, have to make it a fucking stellar product. Make it something where you have, you know, you're probably still going to have your big review channels and stuff like that, but you'll have more of these panners where people are following them and they're in the community and they really care about what they use. And so when that person chooses to buy a new palette or pick a new palette out for panning, it's a big deal. And that carries some weight of, I'm committing to using this product up because, you know, A, B, or C, maybe they've gotten down to a point where it's like they only have so many palettes, and like, this one, I want to focus on this one, and the fact that I'm promoting this palette means a lot. It really matters that I'm choosing to say this is a good product and suggest you buy it or show you why I think it's fantastic. And then I think, if we get there, I'm going to go in with Force Field. I think it's Force Field. It might be Mars. This one, on my outer corner. Same little brush. Yeah, I think if we get to that point where people have, oh, that's pretty. It's a little lighter for you guys, but it's pretty. And appropriately grunge. Yeah, I think if we get to a point where people are truly putting a lot of effort into what they're buying and thinking so hard and long about it, that the companies have to step up their game to make what they put out a true temptation, and then get to a point where sending a PR is a big deal. It's not, oh, we're sending it to everybody because we want it up on the channel. We're saying when a brand sends out PR to these, you know, theoretical huge panning people, they're taking a big risk. They're taking the chance that they either don't use the product, they don't mention it, or they tear it apart because it's not good. And I feel like that would create an environment where the brands really have to put something that works. It's something they can't just hype up with a couple of people saying, oh, but it's so good. You get those people where, you know, if the brand chooses to send it out because they're so confident in it, that panner or that, you know, minimal usage person has a lot more impact on how that palette gets featured or how that item gets talked about. and it'd be like a risk. It'd be like having a food critic come to your restaurant where like it could go really well or it could go horribly wrong, and you have to be prepared for it. So I like that. I think that'd be cool. I don't think it's super realistic, but I think getting to a point where the community's there would be really cool. So yeah, I think PR is still on my list of having made it, having a brand acknowledge you and send out a product with the intent for you to use it and talk about it would be really cool. But I also want the way PR is sent to be different by then. I also will just deal with the fact that people watch my videos. I'm alright with that. Just watch my videos, talk to me, and that's really most of what I want right now. I really like the community and everything that's going with that. So then the last one should be Cyber. I want to put that on the inner half of my lid, and maybe we'll blend a little later. So yeah. Oh. So yeah, that's basically 4 and 5, because 5 is, what is my end goal? My end goal would be to kind of change the dynamic between the brands and the YouTubers, and just their what's the word? Consumers. Brands and consumers. I would like to change that just in general to something where it's less can we trick them into buying it, and more like let's make something so good and so fantastic that it's a staple item, that it's something that everybody and their mother just loves and can't stop telling people how pretty it is. Oof, that's pretty too. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of Mars on the outer corner to kind of just blend the two, make sure we don't lose that red. I really like the red with that bronze. And kind of run it up in. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. And again, it fits the... So far, this palette is really nice. The palette's colors are cohesive. They're blendable, they're pretty, they're pigmented, they fit the theme. These are very much grungy colors, and you get a grunge look out of it, and that matters to me. I didn't bring anything else over. I'm gonna have to take a breather and come back. We're back. I didn't bring anything to highlight with, or to bronze, or blush with, because I'm prepared like that. So I'm going to go ahead into the Balm of Your Hand palette and put some Mary Luminizer on my inner corners. And we'll go on to number 6. What is the hardest part of YouTube? For me, it's a combination of being motivated, like finding something you want to do that you feel is unique and interesting enough to film, and then getting it filmed in time, because there's plenty of stuff I film and I don't like how it felt while filming, or I look at the footage and I just don't really like it, or I don't get it edited in time, or I have a great idea and then I just don't get to it, and by the time I get to it, it doesn't feel relevant anymore. So, getting stuff done on time and with relevancy. So, scheduling, getting the nitty-gritty things done is hard for me. I'm just gonna make sure that's blended. Yeah, that's better now. Okay, so that leads into 7. What's the best part of YouTube? Community. For me, it's the community. It's the fact that there is a community, that it feels like people are there to support each other, that you can talk to people. You can say, hey, I have a hobby. Whether it be makeup, cooking, building stuff, whatever. If you have a hobby, there's probably a group of people on YouTube that want to do it with you or want to see you do it. I'm just gonna pick up some excess powder and brush it all over my face, because I know I got a little bit of fallout from Cyber. That's the only one. That was a surprise. I was expecting more fallout. So yeah, I think the best part is the community and the ability to connect with people, because for me, I said, yeah, watch my videos and talk to me, because that's what I'm having fun doing. Currently I'm still gonna be buying makeup and putting it on my face, but doing it on camera for you guys, talking to you in the comments, being in different groups on Facebook and stuff, and making friends. Like, I'm not gonna jinx it, but I think the Daisy Girly and I might eventually be friends, because I love her, and she sometimes watches my videos, and that's still crazy to me that somebody I like and watch on YouTube sees what I do. Like, it's just a lot, but she's fantastic, and I still have that whole, like, starstruck thing. Same with brands, with creators. If I like somebody and they find my video, or even just if I comment on their video and we have a little communication in the comments, that's so much. It's really cool to me, and I'm having, like, a moment of just, oh my god, I might make a friend. I might make friends in general. I really like talking to you guys as well in the comments, and just, it's a community. I think that's the best part of YouTube, is that you can find something you're passionate about and find other people that like it. Or if you have a skill, do a skill and have people tell you how cool it is, because I think he's Peter Brown. He just does a whole bunch of woodworking and acrylic stuff, and it's really cool. I can't do any of that. My mom's really good at woodworking and building stuff, and I have none of that skill set. But watching somebody say, I wonder if this does this, and make something new and unique out of it is really cool. So that's my favorite part of YouTube. Best part of YouTube is the community. Funniest comment I've ever gotten. I don't know if she actually comments them, but I tease my friend Kara because, when I started, we worked together, and I would tell her about how I would be making YouTube videos, and she'd say, oh, I'd go watch them. So then I would, being the weirdo that I am, check up on that. Oof. I'm bronze, like an adult. Who knows how to, finally figuring out bronzer? Yeah, I can do the thing sometimes. Anyway, I would be that person saying, did you watch it yet? Did you watch it yet? Which was probably extremely annoying for her. But she tolerated me for some reason. And so she would watch them, and she'd do little comments. I think she does comments, but I don't think she does them as much anymore. Partly because I made a bunch of videos in a row and got ahead of her watching schedule, and so she's like way back in the list of videos that I've made. So I'll get a text now, because we don't work together anymore. But I'll get texts from her being like, hey, what happened here? Why are you, oh, your hair's so long in this one, or oh, that's still when you had this color, and did you ever finish this book that I had apparently mentioned in a video forever ago that I didn't finish? So yeah, I really like getting those videos from her way back in the watch history, reminding me that I make these videos, because I really don't, I make these videos and I don't really watch them again. Once I get them edited and uploaded, I don't go through and like rewatch my videos much. Partially because I don't like, it's weird to watch yourself doing a thing. At least for me it is. Next thing is, what is your meanest comment? On my videos, I haven't had very many mean comments. I've had a couple that I think are mean, but I'm always also not good about reading things, so it could be that somebody was just trying to be constructive and I took it as a mean comment, but there was one, and I don't even know what I was talking about in the video that made them say it, but they said something, somebody posted something about how something wasn't supposed to be panda eyes or look like a troll, just FYI, and I took it really, like, oof, this is blush. This is real blush. This is blush with a purpose. We'll have to be extra delicate with that. It's one of those things where, like, immediately I felt bad, because I always feel bad if I get a comment like that that's not like, oh yeah, you can totally do this way instead. It's not phrased positively. Are they even? I don't know. We'll go danger and do a little bit extra on this side. Oh, the lighting's changing. Yeah, it was something about, I guess I described a technique or a makeup style wrong, and they were mad about it. And they basically, I felt like they were saying I looked like a troll, but it was also phrased kind of grammatically off. So I wasn't sure if they were trying to be helpful or if they were just saying something hurtful, but it was really weird and it didn't make sense. And so my initial response, because I don't get hate comments normally. I'm still itty bitty and safe from that for now, which I am scared of when I'm not safe from that. But yeah, getting a negative comment that was in no way meant to be, or at least I didn't take it as any way meant to be helpful or constructive, just kind of to be rude. It was odd because I hadn't really had that happen before. Like, I've gotten into it in other people's comments, but to have somebody find my video and then say something like that, and about something that I don't remember what I was even talking about in that video that would have elicited it, I have no idea. But, it was weird, and then the comment itself was kind of odd, and so I initially was like, oh, feeling bad, and I was like, wait, what about trolls? What is happening? And it became kind of a funny thing where I pulled it up when we talked to my coworker about it. I had a good laugh about people getting sassy about things that have nothing to do with them. If I get the makeup wrong, who cares? Oh, I'm just so patchy. We'll fix that real quick. Hold on. And watch me forget to edit out the fact that I stood up and just showed you a whole bunch of my boobs. So yeah, that was my meanest comment. What other subject matter could I make a YouTube channel about? Like, I could teach people how to read their insurance policies. But I wouldn't really want to do that. That's, it's helpful, but it's not fun, and it's what I already do for a job, is explain people's insurance to them when they come to our facility and find anything that might be a problem and then explain why it's a problem. I like that. I feel like I would want to either do booktube or cooking. I like to cook. And I think if I had the time and the setup to do, like, proper cooking shows, and not even like, ooh, I can cook, because it'd probably be like, hey, I know how to do this thing, let's see if I can test it, because I do that currently, where I try different techniques and recipes. We just made, since my grandma's in town, my boyfriend and I, we meant to cook for her, but the way we got about it, it ended up that, like, we went to the store, and we had to go to a second store, so my sister, I sent her the recipe, and she did like 90% of it before I got back from the second store. And since most of the recipe, since it was sinigang, was chopping and simmering, so she did all the chopping, she did the simmering, and I got back in time to be like, well, I brought soup base. So yeah, I would like to try different foods and stuff like that, and like test out different things. I would love to take, like, the Bon Appetit, here's how you make this videos, where it looks really, really easy, all the things they're doing, because, you know, they're professional chefs, and they've been making all of these dishes for forever. They have a strong background in cooking, and I would love to try those out and see how easy they are, because I have saved a couple of them being like, hey babe, we should make this someday. And then sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. It really depends on how much effort we have. If we're, like, hanging out in the middle of the week, or after a really long week, we don't have the energy to try something new or get into anything new. So yeah, I think I could do that. Or I like reading books. I think having a booktube channel reading and talking about and reviewing books would be fantastic, and it would motivate me to read more often than I'm currently reading, because I'm doing other stuff with my day-to-day. I just am. Okay. Why did I start my YouTube channel? Because I thought I could get PR. Yeah, that's really it. We already chatted about that a little bit. I'm going to take some Mary Luminizer on my cheeks to highlight. I can't even tell if you can see that because I messed up our lighting. So we'll just put a bunch on. But yeah, I was getting kind of involved, and I was doing the thing that a lot of people talk about not doing. Yeah, I can't even tell. I've darkened the light too much to tell if I got any highlight on my face properly. Probably way too much. This is probably going to be a problem once I'm actually in real light again. So we'll just go extra. It's an easy highlighter though, it's pretty forgiving. The Merry Luminizer from the Balm. So yeah, I was already getting involved in the makeup community. I wanted to do more. I wanted to, this is lip primer. I was already doing the pretending you're a YouTuber by like buying stuff to see how it is when I had nobody to show it to because I didn't have a blog or anything, and I really didn't even have that many friends that were into makeup. I still don't have that many friends that are into makeup. I feel like that's a lot of the reason we came here onto YouTube, is to connect with other people who are obsessed with makeup. Because based on the response and the beauty community, you would think that it'd be much bigger, but like I have coworkers that wear makeup and they're not like into it like I am. At least not that I can tell. I know one of my sisters definitely wears makeup, but she wears it really minimally and very high artistry level, and that it just makes her look really, really pretty. And you can't really tell that she's got like a bunch of makeup on, and we don't talk about it. My other sister doesn't really wear makeup. My boyfriend doesn't wear makeup. He might later, who knows. My mom doesn't wear makeup. Most of my friends either wear makeup like once in a blue moon or not much at all. As that was a thing. Finding people who did makeup with me. So yeah, there was that. What is my most embarrassing video? I don't know. Some of them are pretty embarrassing. Oh, I opened my mouth. That was a bad plan. I don't know. I feel like I don't mind them until, like, I like my videos. I enjoy what I'm doing and what I'm making. But once I have somebody asking to find me and saying, oh, you make YouTube videos? What's your channel name? I panic because I don't have that adjustment of people in real life are going to find my videos because I'm small and I'm little and I'm doing not the best videos. Like, my videos are not the best. I'm not even that great at panning. Like, I go through some stuff, but not the way some people who are, like, really committed to it do. And it's weird. So, all of my videos are my most embarrassing when I'm trying to, like, tell a real in-person, flesh and blood to face type thing. Tell them about my videos. And I don't know if any of them being on the internet in general embarrass me. I privated my silly anime music videos, so those are good. I don't know if I'm embarrassed by anything. They all have points. They are all purposeful, so all of them are embarrassing. What am I most proud of? Like, on YouTube is very different than things I'm proud of in real life. I can't do things that I will be proud of if I do them, because that's not the question. Damn it, that's a really good question. What am I most proud of? I think it would have to be a series. I am proud of my palette focus videos because they are a choice from me to focus on things in my collection and do more detailed focusing on items I already have type looks, which, yes, I know I sometimes pull in newer palettes that I just bought, but I think it's going to be a way for me to use my makeup and be happy with what I have. while still making videos that make me feel like I'm involved in YouTube and having fun. So, and the other component of that is that they end up a lot like short get ready with me's that allow me to talk about things. So, most recently, like bands that I like, how I feel about different communities, different brands, drama, handling the drama. So yeah, stuff like that. It can be a lot to put stuff out there like that. So I'm proud that I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm proud of any time I find a way to publicize a way of focusing on your own makeup that isn't panning, because panning isn't for everybody. Finishing up makeup and restricting yourself to certain things is not for everybody, and that's fine. But there are still some, like, panning mentalities that you can apply different ways that might be a better fit for somebody, because the amount of makeup we're exposed to that's coming out all the time is intense, especially with things being more social media related, more like that. It's a lot, and finding ways to make makeup a little bit more personal, a bit more small, a little bit more of, I like this palette, and that's fine. I'm fine liking this palette. I'm fine if it doesn't dupe this other one. I'm fine if it doesn't hit the trend. I'm fine if it doesn't excite me. If it's a good palette, I like it, and that's all I need. So I like that I can do that with those videos. What is my first YouTube memory? Like, I remember showing those emo anime music videos to my sister Marion, and my brother was into them too. So yeah, it's a lot of small things of people. I don't think we do it as much, but we used to, like, if you found something on YouTube that you really liked, you would share it with your friends in real life. And that was really cool. So, like, that's how I found Jenna Marbles. I think somebody showed me her. That's how I found the Vlogbrothers. I was staying with my friend Renee in Kansas City, and we were, like, getting ready for the day, and the way she was doing her morning then was having coffee and sitting down with her laptop to watch some YouTube. And she put on one of the crash course videos, and I was like, what's going on? This is really cool. And so, like, we sat down and watched it together, and that was when she really started to get me involved in Vlogbrothers and Nerdfighteria, which was so cool. Still so cool. We just saw Hank on his book tour a couple weeks ago, and that was really cool. So I really like those little snippet memories of showing things to each other. Or, like, I found Philip DeFranco because my sister showed me some of his videos. All stuff like that of, like, oh, sitting down with somebody and being like, let me show you this video on, like, a laptop or a desktop or something like that I don't see happening as much. So yeah. My first memory is sharing videos with people and being like, hey, let me show you this thing I found. So yeah, I think all I have left is lipstick. I am really into this eye look. I know it's not the best lighting for you guys, but it's very pretty for me. You would think now would be a good time to, like, talk to you guys, but I can't while putting on lipstick. That's good enough. So yeah, those are my responses. Hopefully this was fun for you guys. Hopefully this was nice to see this palette being used. I know it's super new. This is the first launch from their brand, which I think they're a sub-brand of a clothing brand that I've never heard of. But it looked really cool. I was excited. I'm interested in more indie brands lately, and that was fun. I really like this tag. I really like tag videos in general. Making them is a lot of fun. And Smokey Glow is a lot of fun too. Sometimes her videos are a little long for me, and so I'll be like, I need to come back to this later, and then I will take a breather, and then I'll feel bad when I'm like commenting pretty far after when she's put it up. But she makes some great content. She does do a lot of those more in-depth views on the drama and the situations that are unfolding in the makeup community, and I really like doing tags again. I feel like I've heard in some people's tag videos how they're talking about the makeup community just trying to get back to it being fun, trying to get away from the drama, trying to get away from all the back and the forth and the who's doing who and what, and we just want to enjoy makeup again and have some relaxing moments. And I think tag videos are going to be a good way to just kind of ease back into that and say, you know, we don't need to discuss all the big beauty gurus and whatever they're doing. We just need to sit down, enjoy our makeup, and have fun. Because that's what this is. This is fun for me. These colored powders on my face is fun. I like that I can take a flannel and match it and feel like I have complementary things going on, or that I can have a day where I feel like I have green all over my face. And I did that. I did that yesterday. And it should be fun. It should not be stressful. And I think this is a good way to get back to that. So I gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this wasn't horrifyingly long. It was pretty long. If you are a small creator, or if you just want to try it out, get on here. Make a tag. Do a thing. That's another thing I've heard is people are like, oh, people used to tag people individually. No. If you see a tag, do it. Everybody does the tags. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.